Hello, my name's Julie McCrossin and I'm in rural Victoria in Australia, and I'm welcoming radiation oncologist Professor Sandra Turner, who's in Sydney. Why is it essential, Sandra, that we raise awareness across the world about radiotherapy? Why is it essential?
Well, many patients, even in 2025, miss out on radiotherapy around the world and even locally in our own countries. And because of that, many people die and suffer and don't get the treatment that they require to manage their cancer care.
And is one message you want to get across on World Radiotherapy Awareness Day, the 7th of September, that radiotherapy is equally important to surgery and chemotherapy, or systemic therapy, doctors often call it, that radiotherapy is equal to those other major cancer treatments?
Absolutely. Radiotherapy is a central component of cancer care. In fact, of all the patients that are cured of cancer, 40% of those at least have some component of radiotherapy, except people don't know about radiotherapy the way that they know about chemo or surgery.
And it's urgent, isn't it, to get this awareness among patients, but also about the funders of services across the world, so that the resources are given to radiotherapy and patients know to ask for it. Why is it urgent?
It's urgent because people are dying, and millions of people around the world die unnecessarily each year because they don't have access to radiotherapy services. The problem is made worse by the fact that there's a fear around radiotherapy, which comes from, old-fashioned ideas of what radiation and radioactivity mean that even where radiotherapy services might be available, some patients are reticent to access them, and some patients don't even have treatment because they're worried about the radiotherapy.
If I could just say, 13 years ago, I was diagnosed with stage 4 throat cancer, and my treatment was radiotherapy and chemotherapy. And I realised I knew nothing about radiotherapy. I didn't know what the machine would look like. I didn't know where I would be sitting on or lying on the machine. It startled me how ignorant I was. So is part of World Radiotherapy Awareness Day just trying to get images to patients and other clinicians about what actually modern, sophisticated radiotherapy looks like?
Absolutely, it is, Julie, and you're not alone. I mean, it's not just patients and their families and carers that don't know about radiotherapy. Many health professionals as well, unless they're directly involved with radiotherapy, don't have adequate education or awareness of it. And that can also impact patients being appropriately referred and getting the treatment that they require.
And your theme for this very first day is One Voice for Radiotherapy. One Voice, what's that about?
That's about bringing the whole radiotherapy community, professionals, people that have been touched by radiotherapy, people that have had radiotherapy in their families, bringing everyone together to amplify our voice around the need for better awareness and access to radiotherapy around the world.
So for this World Radiotherapy Awareness Day on the 7th of September, leading up to it and on the day, what do you want health professionals and radiation oncology professionals to actually do?
We want people to go to our website and look at the fantastic resources we have there in the toolkit. This will give them ideas about activities and events that they could run on or around the day. We want people to take photos, get involved, be creative in deciding things that they can do to promote World Radiotherapy Awareness Day. We want people to follow our socials and make sure they're sharing with their networks and patients and everybody that radiotherapy touches some of the great work that's happening in advocacy around the world.
And Africa is obviously a huge continent with grave need for more technology and trained staff to help cancer patients with radiotherapy. But there's already some action afoot in Africa, isn't there?
Yes, we've had some of our most amazing supporters coming out of Uganda and Tanzania and other African countries. They've already sort of set up pre-celebration events with fun runs and social media and presentations. They've put their logos on T-shirts. And I think this tells me that the passion that there is all around the world to have a vehicle and a common place like this to share and spread the World Radiotherapy Awareness Day movement.
You want this to be a movement. What do you mean?
Well, we do know that awareness days do help people have some recognition about particular health ideas, but obviously an awareness day is not going to change the dire need we have in many countries for radiotherapy, and it's not going to improve awareness overnight. So this is a way we can amplify our voice, we can come together, we can get inspired by others to have an intensity of events over this period, but this will be something that will happen year in, year out with a lot of activity in between to make sure we're constantly joining our voices together to continue to raise awareness of radiotherapy for the benefit of the patients everywhere around the world.